Hi there and welcome to this Literacy Shed Adobe Express challenge. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a summary infographic inspired by a film that you've been studying. Now, if you need free Adobe Express accounts for your school, just follow the link that's at the bottom of the screen right now. And there, you'll also see all the other free things we do for schools like live lessons, teacher training, and lesson packs. Okay, let's get on with the challenge. Here we are on the Adobe Express homepage, and to create our summary infographic, click on the pink card that says Create a Poster. And that'll open up the Adobe Express all-in-one editor. Right, let's get some text first of all for the different sections of our summary infographic. So click on Text on the left-hand side, and then add your text. And the first label we need is, this object is important to the story. Resize the text box and pop it in the top left hand corner, and then take some time to choose a font that you like. Once you're happy with the font, maybe you're going to need to resize it. Maybe you're going to want to reduce the line spacing a little bit, so just experiment with that. And once you're happy, we are going to duplicate this now 3 times. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to duplicate. There we go. Let's bring this down to here. And I'm going to do the same again, 3 dots, duplicate, and bring that down to the bottom. Now I'm going to change the second text box to just the word location. And then the bottom text box is going to say represents the main character. And again, maybe you're going to need to resize or move them around a little bit. Okay, let's start thinking then about some images. First of all, think about your location. Think about the film or the movie that you've been watching and think about one location that really stands out. Now, I've been watching The Catch recently, so that's set in a jungle. So I'm going to go to Media on the left-hand side, Photos, and I'm going to search for a mossy forest. Hey, I hope you're having fun so far. Now then, teachers, if you'd like a printable PDF mapping these skills to the NCCE Teach Computing curriculum, just follow the link that's at the bottom of the screen right now and we'll send that straight over to you. Okay, back to the challenge. When I've chosen the image that I want, just click on it and it'll bring it onto my canvas. And I'm going to pop that over on the right-hand side here above the word location. And I am going to have it just kind of peeping in from the side of the page. And let's rotate it a little bit as well. This design is going to look a little bit chaotic, so rotation is going to help us with that. Great, that's a great start. Right, now let's look at this bottom text box, which says represents the main character. Now, once again, you could go to Media Photos and search for a photo of someone that represents your main character. If you're having trouble finding the right thing, maybe you could use text to image and produce an AI generated image. So I'm going to be searching for maybe a caveman boy and produce an image and add it just like you could with a photo. These images really kind of match the style of the character in The Catch, so that's worked perfectly. So choose one that you like and bring that image in, represents the main character, and I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to have it kind of peeping in from the left-hand side this time, and I'm going to rotate it maybe the other way. There we go, and you can see this rotation's really starting to kind of add a flavour to our design. Right, now then, an object which is important to the story. Now I'm going to go to Media. Now definitely the fox and the boy in The Catch, they work together to go fishing. So I'm going to search photos just for fish. And I'm going to bring in a fish, not a goldfish, a fish that they've been fishing for that they're going to eat. Now, when you're adding an object, it's a good idea to remove the background because then it really concentrates on the object itself and not whatever else is in the background of your image. So if I grab one of these photos, now you can see it's got this kind of white background anyway. So I'm just going to click on this happy dog and it's going to remove the background for me from the fish so that we can just concentrate on the object itself. Again, I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to have my fish kind of overlapping a little bit over the character and the location. There we go. And it's just, again, just this little bit of chaos on my design, which I'm really liking. Great. Now then, what's next? Well, the next thing that you need to add is your favorite part of the film or the movie. So let's go to Elements and let's just search in the design assets for some paper, maybe some note paper. I'll just put paper in there. Something that we can use as a kind of background to your favorite part of the film. So maybe I'll go with this one here. Now then, again, I'm just going to resize it, and it's going to be peeping in from the right-hand side. And you know what? I'm going to also pop it behind my main character. So I'm going to use the layer stack and drag that right down to the bottom like that. Great. I think I need to move this location text up a little bit. There we go. I could even move that photo up higher to the top. Something like that. That's great. Keep moving things around. If you feel as you're adding new elements that things that are already set need to move, then go ahead and move them. Right, now then, you need to add some text on this note paper telling the reader all about your favorite part of the movie. So I'm going to duplicate a text box again, bring it up here, and then just type in here what your favorite part of the movie was. Now, with this text box, I would expect you may want your font to be a little bit bigger than your labels that we've used and the rest of the design. Something like that. Okay, we are nearly there. Now then, what have we got left to do? Well, let's think about colors. Now, let's set our page background to a color from our location. So to do that, click on background color at the top of your page, and then click on the eyedropper tool here, and then use that to hover over any of the colors in your background, and it'll set your page background to that exact color like that. And you can see straight away that it's just tying this whole thing together. And to do even more of that, what we can do is we could add maybe some colored shapes. So let's jump into the elements and let's go over to icons. And in icons, I'm just going to search for the word blob. There we go. And you can see we've got all these kind of blob shapes here. And I'm going to add 3 of these at the bottom of my note paper. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I'm just going to bring them down to the bottom here. Just have them kind of dotted along the bottom of the note paper. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to just set the color of these blobs to some important colors that I can see. So for example, this first one, I'm going to click on Fill, eyedropper tool, and maybe let's go for the kind of brown on this boy's clothing here. There we go. And then this one, let's pick out a color on the fish. Yes, there we go. And then maybe for the final one, I'll go back to the location and pick out another kind of mossy green color. Great. And now you can see that we've kind of echoed important colors, and you can move these around and resize them however you want. You've picked out important colors from your theme, and you've just tied it all together. Right, there we are. Let's label our design. And we are done. Now to share that, you could click on share, and you could choose to create a view only link so that people could click on that link and come and see your wonderful design. Or you could click on the download icon, and you can download that as a PNG if you'd like to share it digitally, or if you'd prefer to print it out, then choose PDF and download it as a PDF. Thanks for joining along. I hope you've had fun, and we'll see you on another activity soon. Bye for now.